Hello Pisces, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Pisces, you just happen to be in a position where I'm starting my new series of readings with you. So isn't that great? Because you tend to be like the last one often, and probably a lot of readings because you are the 12th sign. But hey, here we go, we're starting. And it's that time of year again. We're getting close to a new year. So as I have always done since I started my channel, as we're approaching a new year, I do a reading, and I'm going to do it a little bit different this year. Well, every year it's a little bit different because I'll use different cards, but typically it's been a release and a receive for the coming year. It's not totally different, but it is worded slightly differently. So what I'm going to be looking at is like a cycle, something that you're going to be closing off in 2023. And then in 2023, something that you're either going to be opening up or exploring more deeply, like a cycle like that. It could be, oh, isn't that interesting? That candle just went out. It burned out. I made these candles with my son on the last March break, and they're not huge, so they don't burn a long time. But they're nice, and they're beeswax. They smell nice. So yeah, so a cycle, some sort of cycle that you're closing off. You're finalizing it, you're closing it. And then another cycle that you're either like opening up brand new, or something that you've been working on a little bit and you're really going to go into it big. Like it's going to be the bigger cycle for you. I've got a number of different cards for this reading, and I'm also going to break this reading up into, well, I guess 3 portions really. So 2 of the portions will be on YouTube and 1 will be in the extended. So the first portion of this reading, I'm going to do all wild unknown. So I've got the wild unknown archetype, oracle, and tarot. I'm going to start the reading off though with my starseed oracle deck. So I want to, because there's 3 ways that I want to look at this reading for you. Maybe there's 4 really, because this in itself, I've done this reading on myself and I practiced it out and used a lot of different decks until I kind of perfected it with this. So I like how this flowed. So the Starseed Oracle deck is going to be something that's more kind of like your soul's journey. So that's going to be the first thing that we're looking at in this reading. I'm going to pull out one of these. It's going to be kind of a main theme for 2023 for you, coming from the Starseed Oracle. And then I'm going to use the Wild Unknown to explore what you're closing off, what you're opening up or diving into more deeply. After I've done that, I'm going into the Kipper. So I'm going to do the Kipper deck, and I'm leaving it to the end because I know not everybody likes the Kipper because it can be very specific and some people feel uncomfortable about, it doesn't mince words. The Kipper does not look, the bottom, your underline after the pre-shuffle is marriage, right? Marriage message, a message of marriage. That's very specific. Some people just like to have more of an energy reading, but if you want all of it, it's going to be here, honey. These are probably going to be longer readings, probably take me a little bit longer to get through them. So that's how this is going to go. I do have a tiny tarot deck to clarify the Kipper once we get into that. And it'll stay on the same theme, like what are you kind of closing off here? No, what are you closing off? Not kind of, closing it off. And then what are you opening up or diving into more deeply? In the extended, I'm going to look at the biggest sort of like unexpected and surprise of 2023, kind of like a blind spot or what you don't see coming about 2023. So after having said all that, let's get started. So as I said, Pisces, I'm going to start with the Starseed Oracle deck. And what is kind of like a main spiritual theme for you in 2023 for my Pisces, my Pisces little friends? What is the main spiritual theme for Pisces in 2023? Main spiritual theme for Pisces in 2023. Pisces. Activated Earth, power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. You're going to be moving around, my friends. Pisces, You are going to be moving around. Welcome to my life. So I don't know if it's actually physically moving. It could be visiting. If it's not like moving where you live or moving where you work, those are likely, I want to say. This is travel, visiting places. And so basically by visiting these places, so it's telling me when these ley lines come in, there's something really significant about the energy of the earth and how these ley lines are, I guess, just pretty much laid out on the earth. They're energetic portals. I would call them energetic portals. And it's a very mutual exchange in this. So if Pisces, yes, being very mutable, I could see how this would be a factor for you. So like even here we have it actually doesn't, it kind of looks like something that would remind me of Stonehenge, but it's not Stonehenge. It looks a little bit different from it. But it's basically about you being guided to go to certain places because there's an energy transference that is required to take place between you and the earth, you and the area of that community. These energy transfers will be likely things that you bring into a community that a community is lacking. So if you have a particular way of guiding yourself, of being a resonance about you, there's a community that is lacking that. So you will be guided to go there and kind of bring that energy in there. And I do feel like what happens though is sort of like a thank you or a very reciprocated exchange is that the earth then, I want to say you're either going to get like kind of downloads, like a lot of inspiration from these places that you were brought to, or it's going to do something to kind of help purify your energy. So I definitely want to say that I see kind of travel, movement for you, but this travel and movement is very specific in terms of energetic exchanges. Everybody's laying down? So interesting. So that's kind of like your spiritual thing. Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Wow. New solutions and beginnings. You'll survive this with that. You may move around a bit, Pisces. Just saying. You may move around a little bit more than what you want, what you are hoping for. But it's also about finding, you help to find solutions where you're guided to, but solutions and new beginnings are kind of like the whole reason why you're moving around. And inner earth, this is like something much deeper. It's almost like something to be found here. There's something for you to find in this spiritual journey that has to do with energetic exchanges, and I feel like physical movement on your part. So we're going to go now to the wild unknown archetype. We're going to look at what cycle you closing off. You're closing this off, you're done with it. Pack it up, put it in the recycling, put a bow on it. And then a cycle that you are either going to open up for the first time, or you're finally going to really get into it if it's something that you haven't really been getting into. Okay, so I'm being shown that I'm going to be putting one of these archetypes also with this activated earth card. So I know you can't see this card because I need a lot of space here. A lot of cards going to be coming out. So we're going to do close, open, soul's purpose. Okay, too many cards. Closing off, the creator. Wow. So if there's something that you've been working on right now, like something that you've been really creative in, you're finalizing that. Like you're bringing this project to a completion. It's obviously a very creative project. Ooh, you know, this is an interesting card because I feel like this is like the first part of almost drawing a portrait of oneself. So if you are, I get the sense from this card, it's a very interesting close off. It's as if you've created an outline for something of yourself. it could be a creative process that you're putting a lot of yourself into, and you've created like the outline of this. Now you're going to be putting in the details. So your close off, I want to say in a way, is not a complete close off. It is a close off of a step in a process. It feels like something outside of you, yet it is driven by something inside of you. So something inside of you is creating something in the outside world, and it does feel like very artistic. It could be like art, painting, sculpting, photography, carving. It could be poetry. It could be writing. It could be music. Anything that I would put like sort of in the creative, artistic realms. You're going to be completing the outline of this. So it's almost like, I feel like too, that's the most difficult part in creating a new project is the outline. It's the very particular things that go into this, because filling in the details as an artist myself, I find is always more fun. It's like putting all the details, figuring out how much shade or light you want in there. So you're going to be, I feel like, opening up as you're closing off this, establishing kind of like the first step. You're closing off the first step of something that you've been working on, and you're about to get deeper in it, which feels like a little bit more fun. So, what are you opening up here? The desert. Wow. Okay, there's going to be a period of time in 2023 where you're going to feel a sense of like, why or what or where do I go now? Which is interesting because you will be guided. And the key to this, because it's like he's reaching for the moon, is your intuition. There's going to be like, okay, to get the universe, what the universe is going to do here, to get you moving into certain areas and places and directions, is basically like take certain things away. So you'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. So there's going to be some things that almost feel like sustenance to you. So things that feel like things that you've relied on up until 2023. Some of those things might kind of either temporarily or permanently move away from you. And the point of that, though, is for you to feel it and look and search and use your intuition, Pisces. You're going to be led to really different places in 2023. But to get you there, it's almost like, you just find yourself like in need. Like if you're in the desert and the sun is hot, like you're in need of water or something, where are you going to go and find the water? Like you got to do some things for yourself here in 2023. Oh, and then, okay, so the power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. Ooh, the mask. This is a real year about self-discovery, Pisces. Self-discovery in a big way through energy transfers. Really, it's through energy transfers. Coming out of the desert, experiencing periods of warmth and cold. There's also, too, like a part of you that you haven't filled the details in on yet. The mask. There's details there, but yet it's like you aren't going to have the answers you need about parts of yourself that you're really meant to explore in 2023 until you find like these voids. And the desert feels a bit like a void of some sort. A bit of an uncomfortable void. I'm not going to lie. It's a bit of feels a bit of uncomfort, a discomfort. But it's like the universe is saying, well, if the discomfort wasn't there, you wouldn't look for a way to find the comfort, you know, like find something. You wouldn't look for the water if you weren't thirsty. But all of this seems to be about discovering a part of you, like filling in some details here. So if you've been through even some major changes in your life and you've been kind of rediscovering, reinventing yourself, you're going to get really deep in it in 2023. The underline is the temple. It is a very spiritual, it's actually a very, very spiritual journey here. So, wow, this is deep, Pisces. This is very deep. I'm going to pull one Wild Unknown Oracle to go with each of these. Closing off the Creator, the Horse. Wow, sort of like a real passionate drive. Again, that it's making me think of like if I've ever been, I used to do like really highly detailed drawings. And like when you're sketching the basic shape of something, that is a little bit untamed. It is untamed because you're allowing form, movement, lines to land, and then you're correcting them like on the fly. This is like kind of a wild and untamed you. There's a part of you here that's almost, I want to say, meant to find your stable, and stable. I'm hearing stable and staple. And a staple is something, again, that it feels like it resonates with what you're opening up here. Like water is a staple. Like you kind of need that in life. It's something that you can't really go without. But so there's things that occur that force you to find your staple. But also saying that you're stable. It is almost like a place where you sit and you are able to create more, fluidly is not the right word, almost like with more time and precision. I'm going to say too, with some of this, some of you may have already been like moving around a lot, whether that's work, home, travel, even just being incredibly active, like having a lot of different things that you were doing socially and moving around a lot. I'm kind of getting to with this is if there aren't multiple places that you're moving around in, because this horse is very wild. It's very too Sagittarian as well to me, like just exploring. You've got at least one more very significant place here to explore. The desert. Oh, the starfish. All right, you're going to see things in very different ways. Because the desert, too, is a place of extremes. It can be cold. It can be like below zero at night. And it can be like steaming hot. Well, not even dry hot in the day. And then the starfish is, to me, it's very different on the outside compared to the inside. Like it's kind of rougher and pricklier on the outside, and the inside tends to be softer. You know, like what you see on the outside is not necessarily what is on the inside of this. It does have a feeling of kind of like something destined too that you're meant to find, but you wouldn't go find it and explore for it unless like you're almost like forced to find comfort. The whale, activated earth. Some of you, okay, I'm going to say as well, because this is like finding something on water. Some of you may be trapped, and this has got water in it too. And the whale is in the water. Incredibly obvious point here is the mask and the water. Like some of you actually might go on some sort of trip where you're scuba diving or snorkeling You're wearing some sort of mask so that you can see below the water surface. I see that for some of you, like going somewhere here and exploring actual, just the obvious of water exploration of some sort here. Others of you, I feel like there is some sort of a trip involved for you here where you are crossing a body of water. And this is significant. It could be a lake, it could be a river. Like, honestly, it doesn't have to be something like you're taking a plane ride and going from one continent to another. It could be a train ride, it could be a drive, but there's a body of water that you're going to cross. It could be a river, and you're driving over a bridge, but this is significant. I feel like water is very significant. Obviously, it's your sign, I'm aware of that. And looking more deeply at this reading, there are things about yourself that you're going to go into and really look at hard, deep, a real deep. 2023 is a very deep exploration for you, Pisces. It is about like a spiritual, I would call it a very spiritual journey for you in 2023. But this spiritual journey is really about encountering periods of discomfort to find comfort. And in doing that, you move yourself towards opportunities, experiences that show you things about yourself that you haven't discovered yet. The wolf. Wow, this is a really nice discovery. I mean, you're going to find kind of a part of leadership within yourself that you've never really utilized before. All right, so how's it going so far? It's pretty interesting, isn't it? It's an interesting combination of cards. One more. Now we're going into the Wild Unknown Tarot. I want to say too, for some of you, there might be some sort of artistic thing that you've been trying to get going leading up to 2023, and you just find it doesn't have the direction it needs to have, and you actually discontinue it. I do see that as well. Let's see what the tarot says. Mother of Cups, Six of Wands, Nine of Swords. Again, okay, so I'm going to continue on that sentence that I just touched on. What did I say? Did I say Six of Swords? Mother of Cups, Six of Wands, Nine of Wands. Maybe the swords meant something for someone. But again, I see something that you've perhaps put a lot of love and attention into. The success has been very hard to get here. There is a sense here that there's a particular project that you've been working on that, like the road to success, it may not be right now. You might be feeling that in 2023, like this is just not, there's more obstacles than what makes sense for me right now. Like, you know, you could just be putting this on the back burner for 2023 and open it up later. So I'm getting kind of more like a collective message right now about 2023. I'm kind of getting a message that a lot of people are going to be doing that. There's going to be some sort of significant change, priorities in 2023. Creative endeavors may be put on hold for more, like needing a staple here, and that's interesting. So there's a sense of, yeah, there's a sense here, I would say that when you're putting creative projects on hold because you need staples, like staples are like, you know, like you think about water and flour and salt and, you know, just the basic things that could be important. It's like recognizing these things in a way you didn't recognize them before. So again, this is not just for you, but I might do a collective actually after this for this, because it feels very collective. So don't feel like you're the only one in this, but it is feeling like that there may be less money to invest in some creative endeavors here. The success is not this time to do that. And then though, like, yeah, there's a need, even perhaps a financial need, to focus more on the things that you really do need to survive. So that's an interesting message. Okay, I'm going to pull out of that because I feel like I've explored that unless it comes up over there with these cards. But, okay, continuing on the original type of message that was coming in with what you're closing off here. I really feel like whatever this creative aspect of you was, that it was kind of, I want to say really wild and untamed. And looking for grounding, like trying to ground itself here. Your planning stage is definitely coming to an end. The planning stage has also been one of the hardest stages for you in something. You're really coming to the end of a planning stage, and you're going to get ready to do what, again, I said, I'm just reading that as what is more kind of exciting and interesting is putting the details into this, like making it yours, putting your stamp on it. All right, what you're embracing. 10 of Wands. All right, so really getting a feeling 2023 is going to be a challenge for us. And I say us because I'm feeling the collective energy here. The Father of Wands and the Strength card, you're going to find a part of yourself that you've never had to find before, Pisces. Oh, look at this. But you're making the right choice for yourself. I really see you making the right choice for yourself here. Like, look at you going from the 9 to the 10. Like you're getting ready to close something off that's been too difficult. It's honestly been too difficult. It's either just not meant for you or it's not the right time and space to do it. And so you're leaving, the minute you release this, you find your strength. You find your empowerment. You find the direction you're looking to go in. And you're taking kind of, I want to say, if you're putting a project or an idea on hold permanently or temporarily, don't look at it and say, God, that was a waste of time. No, it wasn't, because it's really coming up as something that helped kind of like solidify a point of strength for you here that's going to take you through, I'm going to say, some challenges. But again, I'm feeling like that this is something that a lot of us are going to be dealing with. So here, your soul's journey. There is something about water in your soul's journey. 3 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, the Hermit. Ooh. This is a deep soul's journey. But again, because you're activating through ley lines and power places, this is really, it's helping you heal. It's helping you make choices. All of the things that you're going to dig into and go deeply into, it's helping you make some deep choices here. This is a deep year for you, Pisces, very deep. It's a healing year. It's a very healing. Your energy is looking to me like you're almost like coming up as producing a power place for yourself. You're not like, this could even be seen, what you're letting go of as something that could be more of a distraction. This is a hard win. I mean, this is a hard win. And if anything, it doesn't feel like the right win for you somehow. And you're about to find that. There is kind of the feeling here of, with these cards, you know, thinking you knew what you wanted in life, thinking you knew what your path was in life, and you know, need to take a hot minute to really kind of feel this out. You might want to take some private trips here. You may want to go to some places on your own. So I'll say that right now. Because of the Hermit card, I do not see you doing this travel with a group. If you're with a group, you're doing your own little excursions. You're really finding like things for yourself here. You're exploring. I really do see you exploring water, finding the water in the desert, right? That's even sort of significant because you have the desert card, and I'm talking about this water is a staple. So you may have been going through stages in life right now too, or cycles where the natural element of you, of water, Pisces, has been depleted. It hasn't been allowed to flow. With this Nine of Wands, it's wild and all over the place. It's time to kind of eliminate things that are making that feel wild and all over the place, and like get down to the grassroots for yourself. As I say that, look at this. You have the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, what is it? What is it that you really want here? That's a big question for you in 2023. What is it that you really want here? Where is the staple of water for you? Let's clarify. Come on, right now. Let's clarify. Okay. Mother of Cups and the Six of Wands. This is like, you know, trying to be successful with things that you really love with that water element. Father of Cups, the Empress. Oh, geez. Some of you, this could be finding the right person for a project. Some of you, I feel like you have been putting yourself out there, like sharing a lot of your emotions, and they're not landing in a good place. They haven't been landing in the right places here. This is like kind of like keeping your emotions more to yourself and going on a journey here of finding that abundance. I'm really kind of getting that. Like there's some, especially with this Nine of Wands, there's something here that you've been going through, Pisces, where you've been draining. You've been drained. You've been getting drained from energies around you. And this is kind of containing it. You're containing yourself a little bit more. You're being a little bit more private about your energy and how you share. You've been kind of successful to your own detriment here. The Nine of Wands, but that's, I see that ending. The Nine of Wands. The Five of Wands. Yeah, this is not, there's too many interests here. And I feel like you haven't been serving your own interests. This horse. The Mother of Cups. There could, you even perhaps could have been doing like a love of wandering. This is really weird. It's a very specific message. Some of you have been working with horses. Some of you have found some sort of a love within horses or a horse community. I am seeing that coming to an end for some reason. But again, I do feel like you're burning the candle, or you have been burning the candle, which is funny, right? Because the candle went out at the beginning of your reading and I had to light a new one. You've been burning the candle at both ends here. The Ten of Wands. Oh, the Devil. The Three of Cups. The candle just went out. Don't read too much into that. But, well, they're not very deep candles. Anyways, the Ten of Wands and the Devil and the Three of Cups. You have got some friendships here that are not working. You're going to be addressing that in 2023. You've got some relationships here that are not working. I feel like people are pulling you into things that you may not necessarily want to get into with the Devil and the Ten of Wands, but you're ending this shit. So if there's anything toxic in your in your relationship field here, nah, you're ending that. The Father of Wands. See, now this is, wow, the Tower. I think you're going to show a part of yourself you haven't, like, people haven't seen. People have not seen this part of you, right? You got the Wolf, which is also a very kind of alpha energy, leadership. Wow. You're taking a lot of control in 2023, Pisces. A lot. You're going to probably be dismantling and surprising some people with some things here. The Strength card. The Strength card. The Father of Pentacles. Why is the Father of Pentacles here with the Strength card? Temperance. So it's really, I've been asked, like, what do you smell, Cindy? And I smell the beeswax. So, because I'm looking for an answer in these two cards, and they're really interesting here. I'm kind of seeing some sort of a shift here in dynamic. And I'm thinking, like, how honey changes, like how it starts off as pollen, and then I don't even remember the whole process of what bees do to it, and just creating this honey here. You are creating your own honey, but it is through a period of kind of waiting. The desert. Like, let's see how, I want to see how this comes through. Strength, a Father of Pentacles, and Temperance. There's a weird feeling here, like waiting for someone else to help you solve a problem. This could actually be like a father. It could be a spouse, a father or mother, but it is, I mean, it says the Father of Pentacles. But there's, like, you have to wait for this with Temperance. But I feel like that's where you come in with the Father of Wands, where you start showing a sense of leadership where you didn't before. And maybe in areas of your life where you allowed other people to kind of lead you and guide you. You're taking a different type of reins here. Funny, I would say that with the horse. The desert. The Eight of Pentacles. Wow. You know, I did say with the activated earth that some of you, it could be like where you live, where you work. So there's something going on here where you're feeling a lack in the work that you're doing. There's going to be, yeah. Your intuition is going to be one of your strongest senses in 2023, Pisces. I feel like you've kind of already been experiencing some sort of lack in work, in something that you can master here. And you're addressing it, like you're hitting it head on. Starfish. The Magician. You're manifesting something very different. Very different. Very different. Be open to unusual opportunities, because with the Starfish, things may not look exactly as they appear at first glance for you, but you are manifesting some sort of fairly good opportunity with a star, like you could really shine here and be coming out of the desert. But this is something that you address head on first. So I feel like you feel the desert, you feel the lack, you're looking for the staple, the everyday commodity in life. but you are manifesting that, and you are bringing in this starfish. Activated earth, we have the mask and the whale. Yeah, there's a real depth to you. I feel like perhaps, I don't want to say that you're not aware of it. I feel like you are, but you haven't explored it because of other things going on in your life. The Three of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Hermit. The Nine of Cups. It is. It's very much, because I said, I don't see you doing this travel or whatever that is in a group. I see you doing it singularly, and you could not get more singular cards here. Sovereign cards with its two nines. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Something has not worked out here for you. And you do find yourself in a position here that you can travel. So I want to say I don't see like monetary funds being like incredibly tight in that matter. I see you having the ability to do that. But with the Five of Cups and the Two of Pentacles, this kind of feels like you might get moved around for work somehow. You might find yourself moving around for work, right? And I said, it's going to look like, it may not look like something that you perceive that you want immediately. But what's really funny is, if I feel like there's no outside influence on how you experience a new opportunity or some form of travel here, you're going to find actually like a wish. And the starfish is about that, like wishes and dreams as well. But initially, there is some disappointment about this with the Two of Pentacles. Maybe you wanted to go on a trip with someone, or maybe it was a partner or a spouse or a friend, or if it's something for work, a work colleague was going to meet you there. But then it seems like that doesn't happen, and you're kind of on your own in this, but that's where you really find what it is that you want. The Daughter of Wands and the Chariot. All right. So if you're looking like for a place, I don't know, for the water to land, that's what I would say. What this water is, like a depth within yourself that you want to explore that you haven't been allowed to explore in this way so far in this life. You will. And I feel like it might come in some sort of a message, an opportunity, and it will be coming in. So that almost like, I feel like things work around you and change you. You're a little bit moving through fate to carve your destiny. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the Kipper. So if you don't want to see the Kipper, I'll see you later. Or I'll see you at the extended, because at the extended, I'm not using the Kipper there. I don't think I am. No. I am going to see what is the most unexpected change or event for you in 2023 over on the extended. So we're going to go into the Kipper. I am going to pull one Kipper out for each of these areas. We're going to start with kind of like the soul's journey, and then we're going to look at what you're closing off and what you're opening up. That's a lot of cards, but let's see what it says. Okay, we have gift, courtship, and child. Wow, some of you are actually your soul's journey here. I want to say it probably doesn't feel like it. Like, I don't feel like you're going to be finding things that you expect to find. I feel like you're going to be doing things that are like, oh, I need to do this right now. Like, I have to go and do this. I don't have much choice, like finding the staples, the commodities of life that you sort of need. But there's bigger prizes at the end here. There's bigger prizes that you don't anticipate. And for some of you, you actually might get a gift with courtship. Like, some of you might get proposed to, honestly. You might receive a gift. You might get, it seems like a ring, something like that. And this could result in a child. So whoever needs to hear that, there you go. Again, I told you the Kipper is very specific. So I'm going to do one for Soul's Journey, what you're releasing, ending, closing off, what you're opening up or diving deeper into. Soul's Journey. Oh, shit. Distant horizons. I told y'all are traveling. It's crazy. And it's a boat, right? With an anchor. Y'all are taking a trip. It's going to be an interesting trip. That's for sure. It's funny though. I see you want, you're either, if you're not taking this trip by yourself, you are deciding not to go on particular excursions with the group. You're doing some things on your own here. What are you closing off? False person. Wow. There's a couple of ways I'm feeling this. I'm feeling like if there's anybody that you've been dealing with who's been like pretty shady about who they are, they haven't really been showing themselves for who they are, you're closing that off. I also feel like you're discovering the false parts of yourself that have kind of been, that have, like, I'm almost seeing like a piece of clay that's been kneaded and shaped through life, but it doesn't necessarily meet what you want to be. Like, you're closing that off. You're going into some pretty deep shit here, Pisces. I will clarify those too for those that want to know if this is a false person, someone who is not like actually, they're presenting themselves in a completely different way from who they are. What are you opening up, getting into? Expectations. You're opening up your expectations. I like that because with the cards that you have here, there are a lot of opportunities that you have coming your way, but you have to be open to getting to them and exploring them in a manner that doesn't feel like it leads to what it is that you're looking for. High honor and family room and wealthy man is the underlying. Definitely possibilities of achieving something here through your family. Someone in your family might be honored by something. There could be wealth. There could be some wealth that comes in with this. The distant horizons card, the distant horizons. The Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. And now it doesn't feel like you want to go. It's like you don't want to go. It's like it feels like you don't want to go. You're going though. No, it looks like you're going. You might feel like you can't afford this. I don't know, but it looks like you can with the Nine of Pentacles. Or you thought you would be traveling or doing something with someone else and they can't afford it. I'll tell you, because you've got that sovereignty here, or you at least find it in this trip. And this trip just could be life, but there's water involved. I really feel like that, especially with that boat coming out. Closing off this false person. Closing off this false person. Oh, King of Wands and King of Cups. It's interesting because the King of Wands is over here, like what you're looking at more deeply. I think you have a real drive and passion within yourself that, like, you have a duality here. You have the King of Wands and the King of Cups, but you haven't explored the wand part of yourself, right? Like, I see that coming out here. Kind of doing things your own way. You've been maybe towing the line in some relationships here, you know, just keeping things balanced. But I kind of feel like, yeah, this is more about coming into your own, right? Like, you've created the outline for this. Now start filling it in. Expectation. Expectation. So you do have expectations. I also want to say you have high expectations. And you have the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Jeez. Careful how you come at Pisces if you're cross-watching. I feel like you're quick to cut things out of your life. I feel like you're quick to end things. I feel like you're also expecting some sort of quick ending in something in 2023. So something that feels like you need to get it out of your life, you do have an expectation of it happening quite swiftly. And I have so many cards, I'm like, if I clarified everything, I think I have. I've clarified that. So yeah, the Kipper wasn't so bad. Ace of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and the Empress. Very interesting underline. You have a journey and a half ahead of you for 2023, Pisces. But I do feel like this journey, there's some good prizes at the end of it for you. But I'm not going to lie. There are some difficult areas to walk through to get to it. So now I am going to go do the extended, and I'm going to see what is the most unexpected occurrence, biggest blind spot for you in 2023. Thank you so much, Pisces. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.